Hi folks, Sandro here with more cartoon news and shenanigans, and today I'm actually going to be rewatching a trailer that I literally just finished watching like 5 minutes ago. I want to give you guys my thoughts on this. I want to give you guys a bit of a discussion towards this topic. And my first impression is very negative. I do like Scooby-Doo. I really don't like the direction they've taken in recent years with some of the direct-to-DVD movies. But yeah, we could talk about that. Also, just wanted to quickly say it's funny that they're promoting Scoob here on the official Warner Bros. Entertainment channel. They literally just canceled. That there was going to be like a follow up sequel. It was a Christmas movie called Scoob Holiday Haunt. I talked about that movie getting canceled alongside Batgirl. And so yeah, that's a bit unfortunate. That's a shame. I do really love Christmas movies, but at the same time I wasn't the biggest fan of Scoob. Wasn't the biggest fan of it. But to each their own. Some people I talked to really enjoyed it. Some people like me were just like, no thanks. And yeah, I've had a lot to say about that film in the past, but whether it got a sequel or not, it sucks that it got canceled, but I'm not the most disappointed. But I think I'm more disappointed about this film in general. And again, it's at least they're going back to 2D animation for this one. Scoob was 3D, which is often cheaper, right? Animation is very high budget. But yeah, let's get into this. So first thing first, we don't know the release date when this is coming. This just dropped 9 hours ago. This is still fresh. It's still fresh in the zeitgeist here. A lot of websites haven't picked up articles on it just yet. So I wanted to get my 2 cents in while it's still hot on the fire. People seem to enjoy it for the few that have already watched it. 15,000, 1.2K, and 51 dislike. I'm actually in the dislike camp. I will dislike it. I will explain why. I don't want to just like dislike this and be like, yeah, I just hate it. That's it. No explanation needed. No. I'll explain my thoughts and reasonings. And so we don't know when this is coming, but obviously it's called Trick or Treat Scooby-Doo. It's coming by the time October 31st, which is Halloween Day. This shit is going to be available for purchase. And they do tell us it's available soon on digital and DVD. It is the end of August, August, September, October. We're in that October area. You start going to your dollar store, you're going to see all kinds of skeletons and witch costumes and vampire teeth, you name it. You're going to see all of the Halloween merchandise available, as you do when Halloween is coming. So this is definitely going to be coming, absolutely, by the time Halloween is here. And I guess we'll read the description. Why not? Mystery Inc. has cracked the case to top all cases. They've tracked down Coco Diablo. We're going to talk about her. The head of the notorious crime syndicate that colludes the Black Knight, Space Kook. These are some of the original villains from the original Scooby-Doo. You guys remember the original? It's like Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? The original Scooby-Doo. We're going to get there. Okay? Just calm down. We're going to get there. And the Ghost Diver. With Coco and her kitty in prison, Mystery Inc. thinks that it can finally enjoy a break. Wrong. Suddenly, menacing doppelganger ghosts of the Scooby crew and their favorite classic foes show up in Coolsville to threat. It's actually been a while. So how often do they say the name Coolsville? Right? They don't say it too often. They really don't. So that's great that they actually allude to the name Coolsville. You love to see it. Classic foes show up in Coolsville to threaten Halloween. And I have to say, the last Halloween movie, was that the one with Scarecrow or something? It was some shit like that. I can't remember. I watched it. The pumpkins were like coming to life and shit. I forgot what the plot of that one was, but I think I did watch that actually. Was it a year or two ago? The stupid it was some nonsense Halloween movie. I didn't really enjoy it that much, but let's keep going here. Now it's up to the meddling kids and their unlikely new partner, Coco. So they're trying to bring in a new character here, or she's the villain, one of the two, to unmask the latest scoundrel and save Halloween. For Shaggy and Scooby-Doo with trick-or-treating on the line, this time it's personal. So we're going to watch it now. And, the animation, it looks good at a glance. You look at this, okay, except for Freddy. What the fuck is going on there? Freddy looks like he just like is chewing on some gum and he bit his tongue or something. What the hell happened to Freddy here? Velma's not looking so happy. Daphne, she's playing with her hair, whatever. So we're gonna get into it. But the animation, it looks good. It looks good from a glance, and then you start seeing it in action, and you're like, oh, this is actually low budget looking. Actually, yeah, I'm not like the animation. It's just passable. Like 5 out of 10, literally just passable. I'm not the biggest fan of it.
Happy Halloween!
Okay, so Halloween adventure here.
Get ready for spooky costumes.
Okay.
Thinking what I'm thinking?
I don't like the vibe of it. It's a Halloween movie. You just hear this upbeat guy, get ready for costume. No, they should have gone full like horror with it. They should have been, get ready for costumes. They should have gone for like, you know what I'm saying. This doesn't feel like Halloween. Come on. They should have got a more spooky narrator. I don't dig the presentation here. Not a fan. Not a fan.
Suit up.
Okay. We got some characters going ham with the... Okay, so we're getting some classic costume revivals here. You got Scooby as Frankenstein and Shaggy as a mummy. Is that a nice little reference to the old Ghoul School? Maybe. Weirdly enough, there was that show, OKKO, and I think they had the kids from the Ghoul School in one of the episodes. Yeah, that was fun. They should do those kids from the Ghoul School. You remember those kids? Those I love that special. Hold on, Scooby-Doo Ghoul School. That they need to bring like that back. I would not mind seeing a Ghoul School reboot or like a series. But yeah, they were in OKKO. I'm pretty sure. I'm certain they were there somewhere. Yeah, Scooby-Doo and the Ghoul School. Just a classic from my childhood. I don't know if you guys... Oh, yeah, we got really rare. The legendary rare red shirt Shaggy. Oh, yeah, baby. I do love seeing Shaggy in a red shirt. Why not? Scooby-Doo, OKK. They were in there, I swear. They mentioned, like, Edith went to school with them. Yeah. There you go. Edith. That's Edith. Her name was Edith, I think? Yeah. There they were, the kids from the Ghoul School. Great little cross. This is probably one of the better episodes of OKKO. They also did a Sonic the Hedgehog crossover too. That one wasn't bad either. But honestly, I was never the biggest fan of OKKO. The animation, I never clicked with the animation, man. I never clicked with the animation of OKKO. Especially like you look at her name was Edith, right? I'm not hallucinating here. I swear her name was like Eden or Edith. Every episode, like even the size, I know you could say it's a style. Okay, whatever. Like every episode, she would have like different size legs, and the characters were always different sizes. They said it. I think I read somewhere like they deliberately did that on purpose. Other cartoon shows, they usually try and get a scale for when dealing with height, right? So they'll have like different character sizes like this, right? They'll have like a chart with the sizes of the characters. And OKKO really didn't like follow like any such size chart. So sometimes like OKKO looked like a little like wee fellow. Other times he was taller. Edith was like large. Sometimes her legs were wide. The show, OKKO was just not my cup of tea. I'm sorry. If you guys liked it, that's cool. That's absolutely. Why not? Go ahead. I just could never get that shit. And it gets very woke towards the end. OK's father his main villain is named Mr. Boxman. What was that his name? Boxman? Or Mr. Boxman or Boxman? Yeah, whatever. Boxman, right? He makes the robots. They drop down in boxes and, Cheryl and the whole gang there. Yeah. His main villain ends up with his father. Like they are a gay couple by the end of it. It's like, what the fuck? Yeah, it gets really woke towards the end. Like one of the characters, what was it? One of the characters is named like Greg. He's like a bird person. He only appeared in like 1 or 2 episodes. And they made him like non-binary or trans. And I remember the creator went on Twitter and he's like, "Hey guys, Greg, he's the non-binary guy." And one person replied and they're like, "Oh my God, I can finally see myself in OKKO." And it was funny because you don't know if was that satire? Oh my God, it's a whole thing with OKKO. I just, it's not a show for me personally. But let's get back into this trailer. Sorry, I went on a tangent. I'm so sorry.
Delicious candy.
Delicious candy.
Scoob, this is shaping up to be the
They're just both dressed up as Scooby. I mean, you could watch them start selling this costume. Or they probably already are. Maybe they've been selling it for years. That's pretty cool, though. A Shaggy do they have Shaggy costumes? I don't think I've seen one in my local Walmart. Maybe it's there. I don't know. But yeah, the Mystery Gang would be pretty solid to go as for a Halloween costume. But I think this Shaggy, this Scooby-Doo costume, definitely for the furry audience. In the yeah, I'd rather go as Shaggy. Shaggy's cool. I like Shaggy. Also, I'm very tall. You might not know it. Like, I'm a pretty big guy. Like, maybe you guys can't, like, see it. I am, like, with shoes on, I'm pretty close to 6'4" or 6'5". Yeah, I'm up there. I'm pretty big. You know, not just, like, girth. You know, I'm pretty, like, I'm a bigger fellow, but, like, I'm also a taller fellow. So, yeah, I'd rather go as Shaggy. Unfortunately, I'm not skinny enough to pull off the Shaggy, but he's a bit of a string bean. But, you know, I think just put on the green shirt and you're good to go. But yeah, let's keep going here. We're not at the part yet.
to be the best Halloween haul ever.
They're just eating themselves to... And yeah, that was a great example of like just the animation really isn't here in some of the scenes. Like these are not great scenes of animation.
Of course.
Yeah, and there's the new character. What was her name again? Coco something? Coco Diablo. She's like a new villain. And I will give them credit, right? Like, we'll talk about her. Oh my God. Okay. Yeah, I'll mention it really fast. Okay. I think that this is good that they created a new character. I think it's good. It's much better than what they did with Velma. They made a new series called Velma, where they race swapped Velma to being a Indian woman, which I just like. I don't want to see that. Like I don't care for that show. I'm not going to watch it. This is what like, and they've been doing this to poor Velma. You know, in some series, Mystery Inc., they tried to make her like a lesbian. You know, in another series, like there's some like Asian Scooby-Doo where they made Velma into an Asian. The Scoob movie that we mentioned earlier literally tried to make her into a Latina Spanish. You know, individual. It just keeps happening. It just like every other like year we get like a variant of Velma, and again we see like this feels like the Indian Velma. Like this literally basically could just be the Indian Velma. But for a long time it's very clear that like Warner Bros is like, we can't have these Scooby-Doo characters. They're all white, you know. So we had to put in the new character. And again, I'm grateful that maybe this sets a trend. Maybe it's like I've always been saying, why race swap Velma when you can make a new character? And they finally did it. They actually, so I can't even complain. I can't complain here. But I do worry. I do have some worries about whenever they introduce a new character. Let's take the Powerpuff Girls. So this is owned by Warner Bros., right? Warner Bros. Entertainment owns the Powerpuff Girls. Let's talk about that for a second. They made a reboot, and there's another there's a reboot of the. We're getting reboot paloozas out here. There's going to be at least Craig McCracken is coming back. There is going to be a new Powerpuff Girl, a second variant of the Powerpuff Girls reboot. I grew up with the original show. I think the original show is fantastic. And what they did is, even though there was in the original show, there was a fourth Powerpuff Girl. Her name was Bunny, and she was she autistic? I don't know. They didn't make her correctly, right? You're supposed to put in like sugar, spice, and everything nice, and then accidentally throw in chemical X. They did the ratio. I literally haven't seen the episode in years, but I think they did the ratios wrong or something like that. And Bunny comes out being like a bit of an autistic giant monster kind of character. But like at first you're like, what the hell did they create? But then by the end of the episode, you're like, oh, what a great character. You know, like Bunny, she sacrifices herself even though she's a bit of an odd looking character. And you kind of like, you feel for that character. Like I only have positive things to say about Bunny. I thought it was a character done right. They did it right. And how often do you see like a main, like not a main character, but like how often did cartoons tackle something like death like that, right? So that episode was really heart-tugging. I'm going to say heart-tugging episode there for sure. I love Bunny. I thought she was a great character. 2016 variant. You know, you have the whole family. There's just been this woke wave of trash. You can't have a show with white characters. You just can't have a show with white characters anymore. These woke weirdos on the left have destroyed every property. You literally just can't have it. So they said, hey guys, hey everyone, you like the Powerpuff Girls, right? Turns out there was a secret Powerpuff Girl the whole time. And she's, no. She's not just a Powerpuff Girl. She's better than the other three. She was born before them. She was the secret Powerpuff Girl. And she's just the bestest thing. You know, it's the Mary Sue syndrome. It's like they're black. They're, anything other than white, which means they're superior. So that's what they did. Blistina. They create this new character called Blistina. She's black. She's the new quote unquote fourth Powerpuff Girl. And she has all kind of like weird psychic powers. And she's basically just more powerful and older than the other Powerpuff Girls. Even though she'd been living on an island all alone for like years. Meanwhile, the girls have been fighting monsters every day, and they're not as strong as her. I don't understand it, but okay. So it's one of those Mary Sue things. We've seen this in Star Wars. I've never seen Star Wars, like I've never seen any of the movies. My brother's a huge fan, and he often tells me about how bad the new sequel trilogy is with Rey, right? So like the other characters had to train really hard, and then Rey comes along, and she's just the bestest ever. You know, she's the bestest ever because she's a woman. We also seen this with Dragon Ball Super. All the other characters had to train their asses off. Then you have Khalifa and Kale, right? These are the first like female Saiyans that there was other female Saiyans, but like these were the first like big kind of, they try to play them up as bigger characters. And if their back just tingles a little bit. That was the stupidest writing I've ever seen in my life. If you guys have seen Dragon Ball Super, I'm sorry to spoil this. Dog shit writing beyond like this was kindergarten writing. Apparently, just by tingling your back a little bit, or was it the neck? It was either the back or the neck. If you just feel a little tingly sensation, you can go Super Saiyan, and they literally go from like being borderline like worthless into being like. They even fuse together. It's bananas. They basically went from like nothingness. They had to get them into the Tournament of Power, of course. So they suddenly had to get spontaneous power-ups. And I thought it was just garbage, right? They literally invented like female characters just to sell merch to girls, or I guess to the guys. They wanted female Saiyans. And they literally just wrote them into the show. No need for training. Just fucking tingle your back a little bit. So this is something we've been seeing over and over again. I worry that we're seeing this again with this character. We don't know if this character's permanent from now on, right? This could just be a movie. Could be permanent, though. Could be permanent. They could bring this character back over and over again. She could be the sixth member from now on. We don't know. And this is my worry, right? It's like suddenly there's a new black character, and all of a sudden she's smarter than Velma. You know, they're gonna claim that she's better looking than Daphne. You know, probably better at setting traps than Fred. Probably even a better driver than Fred. You know, we can't. He's a blonde male. Blonde straight male. Can't have him being good at anything. This is what they do. They always, like, you think I'm hyperbolic? You think I'm being hyperbolic here? They literally do that. They play up the females. They play up the people of color here and say that they're just better. That's what they did in Powerpuff Girls. The black Blistina, she's simply better than all the rest, you know? And we see it time and time again. At least in Dragon Ball, they just kind of, even though they gave her like a ridiculous power boost and whatever with Kale and Khalifa, at least they weren't like ultimate beings that were, well, I get one of them actually kind of was with kind of like the female Broly, but they weren't like immediately god tier the fuck out of nowhere, you know what I mean? Like they at least they got their ass handed to them later on in the tournament, but most of these companies are doing this shit. I really don't want to see this where she's just, like I said, smarter than Velma, better driver and better trap setter than Freddy. Pretty, allegedly prettier than Daphne. You know, they'll probably have some characters like, "Oh, you're so beautiful," you know, or whatever. And then maybe she's just a better food eater than Shaggy and Scooby. I don't know. I really hope they don't. I'd rather her just be a villain. I don't want her to join the team. I think that's something Scooby-Doo really has been missing. I'd rather have this character be a reoccurring villain, in my opinion. That'd be a lot cooler. You could do more villains where she comes back, like, because apparently she's the costume maker, right? She's the costume. Let's watch the trailer. God damn it. So yeah, this is the big gimmick here. We're getting alternate costume. It's basically they're going up against monster-fied versions of themselves. How did it take them like 50-something years? Scooby-Doo is almost like 60 now, you know? How did it take them almost 60 years to not think of this, whereas just have the Mystery Incorporated monster versions? Yeah, I'm surprised it took them this long.
Meddling kids?
That looked weird. Yeah, wow. The animation here looks something else, man. Something. Oh my God. Scooby and Shaggy look like they just did cocaine. What the fuck? Some of the animation here is just, it's either looking good or it's looking weird as hell. My God.
Do something.
Like that, Daphne looked fantastic there, but like, you know, and then you cut back to that Scooby scene. This scene looks pretty solid too.
But we're no match against so many villains.
In an original movie,
Give it to me, you little banister
Okay.
fighter.
Mystery Inc. faces their greatest threat yet.
Okay. Yeah, some of these scenes just feel very flat. Like it reminds me of later seasons of Johnny Test or Fairly Odd Parents too, right? You ever see the later seasons of where it's like you could tell the animation has definitely degraded in quality? I'm getting a low budget feel from this one. And it makes sense. Like I said, they cut Scoob's sequel. Scoob had a nice little Christmas sequel there. Not anymore. It doesn't. And they've been chopping. HBO Max had a Purge. Infinity Train has got all these shows. All these shows are gone. I think actually OKKO, didn't they get axed also? Yeah. That Summer Camp Island show, and I talked about the creator. Yeah, it's something, man.
I always thought it was a strange coincidence.
This is what I don't like.
Seemed to involve some supernatural creature.
But it wasn't a coincidence. These costumes were created by one person. Coco Diablo.
Yeah. Apparently, all of the costumes, it's just nostalgia. This is... I really don't like what they've been doing with modern day Scooby-Doo. They can't come up with fresh ideas. They really can't. And they keep destroying some of the stuff that they made in the past. Oh my God. Folks, go watch my review of Scooby-Doo and the 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo. I love that show as a kid. There's only a couple episodes. There's less than like 10 episodes, I think. And but it would always play. I don't know why. It was on so much as a kid. I used to watch YTV here in Canada, Channel 25. That's where you would go to watch cartoons. And it was just on so much. I don't know why there were so many Scooby-Doo reruns and specials, but like, holy shit. A lot of Scooby-Doo as a kid. And my God, the 13 they did them dirty. They did them dirty. They basically made this DVD movie, and it was garbage. Vincent Van Gogh was no longer a magic user. They basically said he was just playing tricks on people to make it look like he was doing magic. No. In the original cartoon, he was literally doing magic. And so it was so garbage. They tried to explain it like Velma was a genius, and she sees through Vincent's schemes of magic and whatever. I hated it. They tried to explain it where it's like all the ghosts, none of the ghosts were real. They were all just figments of our imagination. They were all explainable. Even there was the two main what were their name? Gast and Weird or something like that. You guys know what I'm talking about. Those comedy ghosts like Gast and Weird. Was his name Gast? One of them's name was Weird, I think. 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo ghosts. What were the name of those ghosts? Something in Weird, right? It's been a few years since I damn seen it. Ghost characters. Let me see. What were the name of those guys? This guy, yeah. What were the... Weird. Yeah, this guy was Weird. And what was the other guy? All right, let's find out. Weird is one of two ghosts, along with Bogle. Okay, sorry, I forgot his name. Bogle. His name was not, what did I say, Gast or something? Yeah, these two characters, they just wrote him off, man. They just wrote him off. The 13th, we're going to make so the show got canceled before it got to the 13th ghost, right? And so they decided to make this movie. It's like, hey guys, it's the 13 Ghosts. You've been waiting for this the whole time. No Scrappy-Doo. Flim Flam is an adult now. You know, even though the original show, I think like they explained like Freddy and Velma were doing something at like summer camp or some shit. In the original show, it was just Daphne and Shaggy, which was very unusual. And they just ruined everything. They wrote off Scrappy. They just fucking hell. They actually did mention Scrappy for one whole line. I just couldn't stand. It was a train wreck. It was so bad. I just really can't stand these modern day Scooby-Doo films. And here we are again with the nostalgia bait. You know, they even did this to Scooby-Doo Zombie Island. It's like, hey guys, it's the big sequel. It's the big sequel. Scooby-Doo Zombie Island. It's the new movie. What was that fucking movie called? Let me find that shit. 13. No. I almost typed it in again. Hold on. Scooby-Doo zombie sequel. Right? So they try to make this garbage. Like, oh God. Return to Zombie. God, don't even watch it. Do not waste your time with this shit. It's garbage. The original is so great, and they ruined it again. They can't help themselves. They have to keep ruining them. They just can't help themselves. They have to keep destroying the franchise and just make fresh ideas. Why is it so hard to make fresh ideas? Why is it so hard? So yeah, we have this. So the gimmick here is that the person who made all of the original costumes from the first show, the first season of Scooby-Doo, the original show, or there was multiple seasons, right? Yeah. The original Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? That was it, man. She was the creator. Allegedly, she was the mythical creator of all those costumes. Even though those characters were all over the place from different, did they ever mention like what parts of town they were in from? I'm assuming they were all in America, but like all these people from all over the place. No. Every last costume was made by this one black girl and her cat. Get the fuck out of here with this nonsense.
This could like seriously impede our chances of trick or treat.
It's so weird. It's so jarring to go from like like this animation looks weird. It looks like, you could feel like it's low budget Flash here or something. And then it's like we immediately then go to like this, which looks this looks way better animated, much more detail here. It's very jarring. It's very jarring if you watch it.
Our chances of trick or treating.
Whoa, okay. That scene is trippy. Are those screwdrivers? Those are screwdrivers. What the hell? Screwdrivers just stabbing people? That's kind of weird. Okay. Also, how are they flying? How are they all flying?
Stay for the tricks.
Hey, ghouls! Don't forget about me and Scooby-Doo!
Yeah.
Yeah, this whole franchise is named after me.
Oh, yeah. That was the one good. Okay, the fourth wall break. Yeah, okay, I'll give you the thumbs up. That was a good line. Everything else about this is kind of gimmicky, and I don't like it. Just like the last. I'll watch it. I'm a Scooby-Doo fan. I'm going to watch this. I'm going to watch it. I don't have high hopes. I'm so sorry, guys. Like, I want to like these films, but a lot of them have been bad recently, and I don't have high hopes for this. Okay, and there you go.
Scooby-Doo. Look for it on digital and DVD.
And there it is. The last good movie that I enjoyed was Scooby-Doo meets Courage the Cowardly Dog. They actually kind of gave an explanation on why all of these mysterious things are happening to Courage. Turns out there's this mythical meteorite down underneath nowhere. And I love that. It kind of, even though Courage has been long since canceled, I love the fact that they kind of tried to give it a conclusion, and we did finally get the team up of two talking dogs, which was really good. That film was great. We need more of that, but at the same time, it's like, why is it that Scooby always has to like team up, or they always have to connect some character back to some original plot of some other, like here, it's like we have to go back to the first season. We can't just have like this new original character. It's so disgusting nostalgia bait. I want them to create more new stuff. Like, still do a crossover every couple of films, but like, come on. Like, I'm getting tired of it. I really want them to do better. And who knows? Maybe David Zaslav will save the company here. He's been cutting a lot of stuff, and it's not been great for cartoons. It's not been a great time for Cartoon Network, but things could get better. You know, things could get a lot better. And who knows? The quality of, now that they're cutting all of these cartoons, who knows? They're going to focus. They did mention, I've read articles where they want to focus more on the quality. And that would be great for things like this. Scooby-Doo films, like, I want to when I was a kid, they would actually, like, Scooby-Doo Zombie Island, like, every kid in class saw that film. You know what I mean? Modern day Scooby-Doo films, who gives a shit? Who cares? They need to get back to being, like, really good again. Make the quality stories. That's what I want to see. And I'm so sorry to go on for half an hour. This is this was a 1 minute and 30 trailer, and I kind of made a half an hour video. Well, shit. I'm so sorry, but overall, I do stand by my thumbs down. I hope you guys can appreciate it. Like, I'm a Scooby-Doo fan. Again, I'm grateful they made a new character. I really hope they don't overexert her where she's like the bestest thing ever, you know? I don't want her to be a Mary Sue. Hopefully, you know, in the future they can bring her back. I'd rather her be a villain. This show, Scooby-Doo, they always had they have great ideas. They don't have a reoccurring villain. This could be the time. This could be the time to get a good reoccurring villain. I guess Scrappy-Doo is the reoccurring villain, except he doesn't show up anymore. Well, actually, you know what? A pup named Scooby-Doo. There was a character named the Red Herring. You guys remember that show? I used to watch it as a kid. There was a show called the Red Herring. Freddy would always be like, it was the Red Herring. He would always blame the Red Herring. It actually was him a couple times. But I'd like to see the Red Herring come back for a film where he's just an aggressive a-hole. Like, he grew up crooked and he just hates the mystery gang and he wants to, like, well, not kill them, but he wants to, like, frame them. Maybe they could do a story where, you know, Red Herring goes to jail. And it was because of Scooby-Doo and the gang. And then after 20 years, he gets out of jail and he wants to, like, hunt them down and, like, kill them or frame them. They could do a story. Like, that would be amazing. I want to see something like that. But at the same time, I want to see fresh. Like, don't go back to all your old series. Give me something fresh. I want to see something fresh. So that's it. Again, I'm sorry to ramble on for almost half an hour here. But I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you did. I feel like most people aren't going to talk about this in depth like I did, but if you made it, who would even still be watching after 32 minutes? If you made it this far, at least comment the word pickle juice down. Just one word, pickle juice. If you made it to the very end, just pickle juice down below, and I'll know that you watched to the end, because I don't think most people made it here. But that's going to be it for me. I hope you guys, and let me know your thoughts. By the way, you know, let me know your thought. Have you guys been liking the last, like, Scooby-Doo movies? The Courage one was fantastic. The rest of them, no thank you. No thank you at all. They've been awful. The 13 Ghosts, that was the biggest letdown I've ever seen in my life. Okay. Obviously a movie wasn't the biggest, but it was a letdown for me as a fan of the original 13 Ghosts of Scooby. They butchered it. They so butchered it. It was puke. It was fucking puke. I want to hear all your thoughts on all the recent Scooby-Doo movies. Give me your thoughts down below, please. And thank you. And let me know your thoughts on this trailer. The link is going to be in the description down below if you want to watch it for yourself. And please like the video. Please share the video. Please subscribe. And why not watch an ad for your boy Sandro? Thank you guys so much. Peace out. Bye-bye.